thing called pretending to work. Hello. I know what you were thinking. It's bloody terrifying. That level of happiness on a flag is to be held in high suspicion and needs to be investigated. That is Somerset House over there, and you might have, it's quite windy where I am right now, and I'm being chased down by pedestrians. Trying to record on this bridge is a freaking nightmare. They're doing a special exhibition at Somerset House right now to do with Utopia. That is a flag that signifies Utopia. And it turns out, weirdly enough, that Somerset House is in fact sort of like a headquarters now for a new type of utopia based on surveillance of the general public. It's the headquarters of a company, a private company, who work on a philosophy of business policing, and they have recruited themselves a bunch of happy spies to spy on us. So when I found this out, I decided it was probably worth trying to spy on the spies spying. So in there is a thing known as the West Wing. And the West Wing of Somerset House is where a company operates called North Bank BID, Business Improvement District. Oh look, a picture of me with the red telephone box. And the Business Improvement District is a geographical area made up of mostly public land in between private businesses, connecting all the private businesses together. And North Bank BID is doing something bold and philosophical called privately securitizing the public land. And because, you know, using private security guards to essentially spy on and hassle members of the public if need be, looking out for antisocial behaviour, maybe graffitiing, maybe a thing called volume crime. But because these things are very controversial to privately occupy public land with some kind of authority, they do it in a very shielded way. And they do it by using very stylish, mildly fruity private surveillance officers known as North Bank ambassadors. And there's one just over there. I was just waiting for the traffic to try and stop. I think we need a closer look. got a radio. That guy, he's got a radio, and he's got a radio for a very specific reason. He is a surveillance officer. His job is to report crime or suspicious activity back to central North Bank headquarters. If he notices any human activity that he deems suspicious and warrants further attention by, in air quotes, an authority, he will ring up the private North Bank security guards. Those two guys are Covent Garden private security. Those two guys, just there, acting all friendly, are North Bank private security, who are, helping people out at the map, but at the same time operating as private security guards in a public area. Is it just me? I have a problem with, private security wandering around in an authoritative way in sort of black paramilitary uniforms in the public area. Silver man. Now, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with private security. It's quite necessary to run, a functional business, especially if you're in somewhere like Johannesburg. Private security quite important. But private guards on private land, just like you see at Buckingham Palace, is a completely different thing to private behaviour enforcement teams like this lady here with her badge on, mingling with the public, just sort of spying on them and reporting on them, and presumably I haven't witnessed it from her yet, but presumably she gives people moral advice based upon her appearance of authority given the black uniform. I can only imagine. Do you think possibly that is what she does? I think that's certainly what she's hired to do. I also understand that essentially it's not a high-profile position, and the guy with the hat and the umbrella giving out information about fish and chip shops while privately surveilling the public is also somebody who arrived there from the job centre. That doesn't, however, make these issues insignificant in a way, in that they are sort of unwilling dupes forced into the position of private surveillance upon public citizens is almost more worrying.